Hi, I'm Crystal Johnson-Mann, and I have nothing to disclose. I am speaking on a case study, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram for the busy surgeon. So, you're thinking about joining Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, or you have accounts that you don't use, and you aren't quite sure how these platforms can fit into your schedule, or even what the professional benefits are. Congratulations, you're in the right place. So based off of a survey by the Pew Research Center regarding social media use, 72% of Americans use at least one social media platform. Facebook has the highest reported daily use amongst users at 74%, followed by Instagram at 63% and Snapchat at 61%. When I surveyed physician colleagues on Twitter, the results were a little different. And as you can see from the Twitter poll, out of 257 votes, 74% of respondees used Twitter most regularly. Now, I realize that a Twitter poll will be subject to some bias, given that I did a poll on a social media platform, but it has been my personal observation that Twitter is utilized by physicians quite frequently. So how does one leverage Twitter, Snapchat, or Instagram for professional use? First, become familiar with the intended use of the social media platform of interest and how you can make it work for you. And then you have to get to work. So to begin with, Twitter is a microblogging social media platform initially launched in 2006. Tweets are 280 characters maximum, up from 140 prior, and oftentimes utilize a hashtag, for example, women in surgery. It is popular for personal use as well as professional use, and there is the option to become Twitter verified. For example, celebrities, athletes, politicians, social media influencers, and other profiles of public interest. So I'm going to go over some examples of what you can do on Twitter professionally. So there are things called tweet chats, and these tweet chats are essentially a groupthink sort of chat that takes place entirely on Twitter. Various organizations have them. I have the example of OBSM chat, which is for patients, providers, and advocates of obesity and obesity management. But there are certainly other tweet chats that happen from American College of Surgeons. The Resident Associate Society hosts tweet chats for their journal club, as well as Association of Women Surgeons, amongst others. So this is an example from our most recent OBSM tweet chat. This is an example of a question with the hashtag OBSM so that one can search for the tweet chat by using this hashtag. And so typically what you'll do is you'll respond to the question and then place the hashtag at the end of the answer so that it can be found. And participants within the tweet chat can like it, retweet it, comment on it, etc. Journals also use Twitter to disseminate real-time medical information. So late-breaking studies, recent publications, new issues of the journal, they oftentimes will release on Twitter ahead of the time that people usually receive it in their email or have time to log onto the website itself. Journals that participate in Twitter oftentimes utilize visual abstracts to make their posts more appealing. For example, here, by Annals of Surgery, you can see this recent publication that is now online. Twitter is also oftentimes utilized at surgical conferences where you can disseminate information from sessions to the Twitter sphere for those who may not be able to be in the session or have attended the conference. And this is an example from Dr. Sales, who is a colleague of mine doing such. My co-session participant here, I snagged one of his tweets regarding just an overview of what information can be gathered from these conferences. And so this is an example of information gathered from American College of Surgeons Clinical Congress 2019. And so as you can see, there is a list of the top 10 influencers here. And then it breaks it down by the number of impressions. And this is over the entire time period here, using all users using the hashtag ACSCC19. And so you can see there were 84.4 essentially million impressions, meaning that this is how many people saw this and how it kind of got dispersed throughout the Twitter sphere. There were over 17,000 tweets, almost 5,000 participants, with an average of 34 tweets per hour and an average of 4 tweets per participant. Segueing into Snapchat, it is a messaging app that was launched in 2011 that allows users to share pictures and videos, aka snaps, that disappear after they're viewed. Snaps have a limit of approximately 10 seconds, and there are a multitude of available filters to enhance or add character to these snaps. Once they are viewed, however, they are deleted by the platform unless one adds them to their story. A story is a collection of snaps and is automatically deleted after 24 hours. So Snapchat is a little more cumbersome to figure out how to use. And so this is just an example of a Snapchat home screen. I took a screenshot of my Snapchat account. There's not the same sort of feed that you would expect to see on Facebook or Twitter, for instance. It's a little different. But then here are some examples of what a snap might look like, both in video form and a picture. And so this is a snap my sister-in-law I did a few years ago that I found in my archives.
Hi, I'm Juicy Kristen Chris. And I'm eating cookies. Yum, yum, yum. Yes. Yum, yum. This is so cute. I love this. It's so great.
And that's the effects that I was talking about. You can add, some of them are just visual, and some of them also have a voice changer effect. And then to the right, there's just a picture of myself. I took a selfie in my office to demonstrate another filter option.
Hi, I'm Juicy Kristen.
So based on the transient nature of Snapchat's platform by design, it is actually better suited, in my opinion, for personal use than for professional use. Lastly, there's Instagram, which is a photo and video sharing social media platform that was launched in 2010. Similar to Snapchat, videos or photos are shared as a story and are deleted by the platform after 24 hours unless they are saved. Filters are also available to enhance the appearance of posts or stories. And separately, one can post photos or videos to a feed where others can comment and like the posts. These items remain posted on one's profile until they are deleted by the user. They can be used for personal or professional purposes, which is a separate option. So here are some examples of Instagram posts. And so I have some friends that were kind enough to let me use their posts. This is Dr. Alexis Ford. She's a urogynecologist in Atlanta. She's actually one of my college teammates. And when she was opening her private practice last year, she took to Instagram as a branding mechanism, which is a very common theme. This is Dr. Candace Kickler, who is a bariatric surgeon like myself. She's also in Florida, like me. But she has taken the approach of using her social media profile not only for branding for her bariatric practice, but also as a mesh with her personal life, so demonstrating the work-life balance that we all hope to achieve, or work-life integration rather. Residency programs can also hop on Instagram, and so this is actually my residency program where I trained at the Medical University of South Carolina, and this is their inaugural Instagram post, which is actually a Diwali party or celebration at the house of, or hosted by rather, two transplant surgeons, Dr. Baliga and Dr. Nadig. And this just sort of showcases the residency program and faculty out to other users of Instagram, such as prospective residency applicants. Societies can also utilize Instagram. So this is a post from ASMBS that was calling for ASMBS abstracts for our upcoming annual meeting that was recently postponed due to the pandemic, but it's just an example of how societies can utilize the platform. Journals are also on Instagram, and so this is an example recently posted from JAMA, again demonstrating medical knowledge and the dissemination of it. It can also be used for personal purposes, and so this is a post from my personal profile of my 15-month-old son. And then there is the option to utilize the video function. So this is an example from ASMBS of a movement that we have from one of our committees, the Diversity and Inclusion Committee, about ASMBS is me. And I'll just play a short snippet of it. It features Dr. Farah Hussein from Oregon Health Sciences University.
Hi, I'm Farah Hussein, and I am a bariatric surgeon at Oregon Health and Science University. I'm also the chair of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee of ASMBS. I love being a member of ASMBS because it allows me to get to know my colleagues, discuss the challenging cases, find out about the greatest research that's being done, and really advocate for our patients so they have all opportunities and treatment for obesity.
So I'm going to stop it right there. So in summary, Twitter and Instagram are vastly different social media platforms, but both offer the opportunity for professional utilization. Twitter is the simplest to start with given the brevity of content needed and ease of use. Snapchat, as the platform is currently designed, is better suited for personal use given the transient visibility of content. As a whole, social media affords the opportunity for collaborative groupthink or personal branding. In the era of a global pandemic, this benefit of social media is especially helpful. Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram do not take much time to use for the creation of the content, but ultimately the benefits and use of each platform are up to the individual. And I would like to just acknowledge the following individuals for their assistance with their posts. And these are my social media handles for my public profiles on both Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for your time and attention.